Hello, traders. Welcome to the July 3rd stream. And the stock market has closed because the holiday tomorrow. Right, the market will be closed completely until Monday. And that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is done moving, because 24 hours, 7 days a week, and look at it right now. I mean, we have some actual positive price action correlation to some really key levels, right? We've been discussing the past couple weeks. 109,358 being the January 20th old all-time high. The supply line, which, as you can see in front of you to the left of me, the supply line, right? 112, 110.5. Had that really nice engulfing candle yesterday, but we actually closed not broken out, sadly. But as you can see here, today, some really nice stuff happening, and we just moments ago got word that the big beautiful bill has passed the House of Representatives, so it's being like pretty much codified, and that means the deficit increases by like $5 trillion plus, but above all, monetary debasement continues to occur at record speeds. So whatever money you have in your bank account, know why the stock market is melting up, going at all-time highs, why Bitcoin's at nearly 110,000. It's all $110,500 today, actually. So what's up, Andrew 3? Thanks for the $2 super chat. What's up, man? Oh yeah, I don't know how long I'll be live since the market's closed and hype is dead. I just don't know why hype's dead, because look where we are. It's so phenomenal. Any day above 109,358 is like a day where, again, like your senses should be like overloading. Colors should be brighter. Your food should taste better. You should hear things more sharply, more clearly, like right now, because this is potentially phenomenal. Because with the analogy of Mordor, we've broken through both the gates to get into Mordor, where we've slashed through many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of orcs. Not millions. Millions of orcs was in the War of Wrath in the first age in Beleriand, which sank into the sea after that war. It was so catastrophic to the land. But so let's just say hundreds of thousands of orcs in Mordor, and the Nazgul currently battling them, I guess, getting closer to Barad-dûr, because this would probably be getting to Barad-dûr, and this would be facing Sauron himself at the top of the tower. All right, so just really good price action since yesterday, right? Really good price action correlation. All right. But it wasn't just Bitcoin that was doing things. So just getting some coffee in me, man. Actually going out of town for just like a couple of days with someone. So I'll be leaving a little later after this stream. All right. But I mean, we can look at like your cryptos real quick. Ethereum, after that bullish engulfing candle yesterday, you're catching some fall through today, which is nice, but you still got like 4 hours, 48 minutes to confirm the fall through candle. But trading above the 200-day simple moving average is a big deal. I mean, that was something that was failed many different times, and if you did break it, you didn't sustain prices above it for very long at all. So good to see 2400, that line in the sand, to be flirted with and just never truly broken with follow through. It was broken actually 2 days ago, and then immediately reversed. Like Bitcoin broke support and immediately reversed, so there was no follow through, because it's never right. It's just a good educational moment, right? Bitcoin breaks down below supports. Is it about the breakdown itself? No, it is about the follow through. So if they came and they bearishly back tested it, giving us more confirmation, then lower, but they never did, so it was a complete fake out. 109.8. And that is amazing. I mean, you are going, you know, if we have 47 minutes to this 4 hour close, so I guess that's like kind of power hour a little bit here, but because it would be for the stock market. But like we're going for the highest 4 hour candle close since June 10th. And that is just amongst, you know, some of the highest candle closes ever. It's just great stuff. I mean, so good above the levels here. See, you're like breaking it here on the daily, but you can't really see what's going on. You go to the 4 hour, you can really tell that they're like testing it, holding it. Gotta like it. Okay, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP up 2%. This one was good. This one was like, it actually looks all right, man. The bullish dragon pattern. It had a bad day a couple days ago, but it wasn't even like a big deal. There was no support being broken or anything like on Bitcoin and Ethereum on July 1st. But either way, this is just like, yeah, you're probably holding on to this one, hoping for an 886, which is going to put you around like 258 minimum for that sharp completion. You're just holding on to this. This is probably the best looking one of all of them, of the big ones, the bigger ones. And then, sorry, let's go to BNB, and then Solana and BNB, we'll look at them, and then we'll move on. We'll just get to other things that are more important, like equities. Okay, so Solana, it's like flat today, but either way, still broken out of that channel after a successful back test and holding. And you would think another test to 162 would be coming if Bitcoin was actually going to do something it's literally never done before, which is go into price discovery in July. You think that's just on deck. You don't know beyond the levels, right? I mean, above 162, if it's a real breakout, I think you're probably headed back to the 180s, probably 190. And that's it. That's Solana. Flat today. BNB up, 0.26% after that really nice engulfing candle yesterday, up against that 661 resistance. Still maybe putting in a lower high. We don't have any evidence that we're not until we're breaking 675. So that's the big invalidation level of the potential head and shoulders pattern. But anything above 621, 638 is actually really good. I mean, like, hey, you got to admire the buyer's
happy
resilience here.
Weekend chat and happy birthday. USA emoji, America, beer emoji, baseball emoji, hamburger emoji.
Thank you so much for the super American emojis, man. The beer, the baseball, the burgers. Yeah, because there is no football. That's the only crappy thing about the summer, no football. But we'll survive because we get recruiting announcements, right? All the recruits or all the 5 stars and blue chips are announcing they're all going to Bama. So it's not the worst summer in the world. And we get Castellano from FSU talking about how he doesn't know how Bama's going to stop him. All the good memes are, I guess, sown into the earth in the summer for college football fans. So anyway, up against resistance, good engulfing candle, and just hoping for a 675 break, and then we could say 730 plus. All right, all depends on Bitcoin if it's going into price discovery or if it's just going to be a mega fake out. Because I mean, this whole market was repricing due to the implied big beautiful bill passing, and now we have word after the market closed that it is passing. It has passed. So you wonder, like, on Monday, are we going to have a sell the news event, or is it going to be like, no, monetary debasement is in full force. We must keep going higher, and the people on the sidelines must pay. I guess, right? We'll see. Looking good? I don't know, man. I'm just looking normal, I guess. Getting old, right? I mean, doing this 7.5 years. Someone said earlier, I feel like I was a boy when I started watching, and now I am a man. And it's like, yeah, dude, a lot of people were boys when they started watching this channel, and they are now men. One works on Wall Street now, and he was 16 when he started watching this channel. So it's kind of crazy to think about, like, where were you in your life when you started watching this channel, and where are you now? I hope you are in a better position professionally, spiritually, financially, in all ways, hopefully. So let me, if you are in a better place and you've been watching a long time, let me know where you were and where you are now. That'd be pretty cool just to see, to read on chat, okay, as we analyze these S coins. Okay, there you go. I mean, those are the big cryptos. Whatever, everything's kind of up and down, flat, mixed bag today across this space. Nothing insane. Okay, so let's go to the elephant in the room, which is the most beautiful elephant, which would be the S&P 500, the SPDR ETF. Gapped up today, of course, all-time highs, and it's not even close. 625.34 intraday saw our highest level of 626.28. That's the number to beat now, but just so many unfilled gaps below us. It's just like, what are they doing? It just non-stop. This is the most powerful recovery in the history of the stock market, and we're talking in the shortest period of time, by like double. because COVID was it before, and it was a 4-month recovery. This was a 2-month recovery. Psychotic. Okay, just animal spirits have just reinfused themselves here into this market. I mean, again, so you say like BNB, you're saying like BNB is not an S coin. Well, here's the thing, like they don't have to share their wealth with you. Okay, these entities, whether it's BNB, which like if it had, if it was beholden to some sort of, SEC, right, a regulatory agency, if it had to report its earnings, its EBITDA, everything under the hood was shown every quarter, it would be a company. But like BNB, we call it an S coin still because like they don't have to do any of that. Like they can make billions and billions of dollars for themselves, and there's nothing that says they have to pay you back as a coin holder. So until that changes, it's just still an S coin. That's why I'm excited about XRP, Ripple Labs, like IPOing, because it's like, hey man, that's a XRP, like Ripple themselves. They make crazy money, like fast bank transactions. They make skim off that every single transaction. I mean, I might want to have that in my portfolio just to hold for a long term. But owning XRP, it's a little bit more of a risk because it's a utility token, and you're not investing in Ripple and all that money they make when you buy XRP. You just aren't. So anyway, that's discussion for a different time. And Bitcoin's Bitcoin. It doesn't need any of those things we talked about because it's not trying to be a company. It is just a store of value. Okay, it is a protection against debasement, which it's worked incredibly well, if you didn't know. And it looks like, I mean, we're nearing some major levels. I mean, 110.5 is the next big one, dude. Tested it earlier today. Hopefully we get another one in the next 40 minutes. It would be wonderful to get a pump. So Dow Jones had been lagging, but lag no more, Larry. Oh my God. 1 gap, 2 gaps, 3 gaps, now 4 gaps in the past, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Unreal. Melting up, okay, catching up to the other index funds, though still behind. This had to do because, like, if you think about what's contained within the Dow Jones Industrial Average, like Apple had been just like really bad lag, and now Apple's starting to catch up. That's going to be a big weighted holding inside the Dow. And there are, a few others that were also lagging. Hold on a second. Let me, one sec. I'll say the reason why. So you had see Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. So you had a lot of like Coca-Cola, HD, Intel, right? You've had some big laggards on the Dow, and that is why it's just not at all-time highs. But it's making its way very fast. That is a crazy run from June 23rd to today, up almost 7% in 2 weeks. Phenomenal. And also just blowing past the 886 like it was nothing. So we don't even have a valid W shape yet, but you're in that zone. So just keep that in mind. NASDAQ. Okay, so we looked at like that potential reversal, but it doesn't matter because yesterday, what a crazy bullish Mara Bazoo engulfing candle. The old resistance was tested as support again for the second day and just gap up on a short holiday weekend. That gap, just don't be surprised if the gap fills on one day or the next couple of days. And as long as if we're above $20,000 though, you're in price discovery. That's it. So I'm just hoping it's not a fake out, right? What would be the next target for the S&P 500 if we
Degen on CoinX. Set up loading. Hell strong support. Let me know you thoughts, Mitch. Happy 4th of July to you and our beautiful country, USA emoji.
Hey Anonymous, thanks so much, dude, for the $20 contribution to this 100% crowdsourced stream. Thank you, dude. We can certainly look at Degen coin if you want. Yeah, man. What's harder to battle? Andrew said, orcs or goblins? Certainly orcs. Okay, orcs for sure. It's not even close. I mean, anyway, so Bitcoin's at its highest price of this 4-hour candle with only 37 minutes to go. This is beautiful price action. My God, keep it going, man. Just blow up. Just do it. You know, U.S. fiat purchasing power, or all fiat purchasing power around the world, is just collapsing right now. So just do it. Just get it over with. Price discovery is here, like we are doing in NASDAQ. So, like, let's just say it really was price discovery. Say all these gaps didn't fill anytime soon. Say they kept it above $20,000 for a long time now. I mean, you have a $21,671 target, right? How do we get those targets for price discovery? You go from the major previous discernible swing highs, the old all-time highs, to the lowest low of the correction. Okay, that's how you Fibonacci anchor. And, you know, you get 23% retrace, 38%, 50, 61, 78, 886, right? 100% retrace. And then there's the 127% retrace. And that's typically your next target area. So let's just say it was going to do it in the next couple weeks. Your upside potential right now in price discovery for the first target would be like 5% upside, which is insane for an index fund. That's good upside. So the thing is, even though, like, even if like the worst thing happened and like we sold it, we filled the gap and then we didn't hold, and if we just get something like this, even, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. Like, you pull back any, it's just gonna probably paint the highest low in the history of the index fund and run higher later. So you pick. It's probably a win-win, but it's a terrible lose-lose for the cash that you're sitting on in your bank accounts. Okay, just know that. This is Deep Progressive House. Been playing it on this channel for many years. It is pretty much thematic. And I do that, right? People don't understand maybe why I play that very subtle 120 BPM music. So we're like looking at a very, very like dry and boring subject matter to most people. Not to weirdos like us, but like people will come in and they're trying to learn, and it's, you know, again, trying to learn is just like, you got to kind of focus and concentrate a little bit on the material. You can't just be like not looking and, I don't know, you know, like half attention doesn't work really. So the 120 BPM, if you are paying attention, keeps like the heart rate up, kind of keeps you in tuned with the message and the education while I'm trying to instill it. So it's just a theory I have on having that. It's helpful for learning, but maybe I'm completely off. Pseudoscience stuff, dudes. Yeah, that IWM we discussed above 213, target eventually 230. The small caps are running like crazy. Highest daily candle close since February 20th. Took that 200-day moving average a couple days ago for the first time in a while, long time since February, and just going, man. Doing very well. Keep going, like inverse head and shoulders. Potentially, you broke out, you're running. 230, 234 is your target. Might fill a gap here and there, but things are looking really good on this recovery. Historic recovery. My God, dude, what have they done? Solar Edge, baby. Oh my God, what a candle. This is a God candle. It was the highest daily candle close confirmed since. We have a lot of these today. We have a lot of melt up stocks. August 2024. This one was like a trade setup, okay? Because it's like, all right, they're confirming a bottom. You get this, you know, scam wickage. It turns into a hammer. It was a 40% down day. It was like, it's over for Solar Edge, dude. But then, like, you look at the chart and you say, well, it's not a big deal. You know, when the dust settled for a few days, they just retested 1577 on the 23rd of June and a huge green candle, and it's just been going. And, like, this is like, yeah, eventually 30, 42, maybe even 63, given enough time. So this is the stuff like you look at and you say, it's not bad. Like Paramount was okay like this, you know. Palladium looks something like this. These are just buying campaigns from the composite operator. You've been watching him accumulate here, or they stopped the selling, and it was all at strategic levels. Oh my God, look, dude, back from 2015 and 2016. Positive price action correlation to those levels. 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 here. Local confirmation levels. That's what we always try to talk about. Like one time, no one knows. Second time, holy crap, everyone knows. And it was the mega shakeout of all shakeouts to get people to just demoralize, quit. Well, I don't know how you'd sell if you were in it and it was down that much in a day. Let the dust settle, and now we're just blowing up. So something I looking at with a friend, Tilray, for some joke call options just for fun. It's so crazy just because of this, the 1618. Of course, none of my work saves. I don't know what's happening. Like, watch this. Maybe it's on the weekly. I don't think anything's saved. Nothing's saved, of course. Yes. I don't get it. And I know, like, I don't want any feedback because I know what I'm doing is not wrong. Something's like just royally effing up on TradingView's side. Look at this. This is the 1618. This is a bullish deep crab that hit that 1618 perfectly. And I was just like, oh my God. The deep crab, so red, yeah. Deep crab. Just hitting it's like a 100 or a 200% retrace as well. So it's just your all-time low is like, all right, whatever. The call option cost me, it was like 5 cents per option. Oh yeah, if I burn this money in, 6 months, if it ends low or whatever, who cares? I'm okay losing that money, and it was just.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I think that I thought I was once.
Oh, thank you so much for the. I think that I know that thank you, dude. Yeah, so crazy day here, crazy week. I mean, it's up 34% in 2 days, really, but on the week. But yeah, you have a lot of, not a lot, but you've had some big moves today. QBTS, my God, quantum computing. I don't know what's up with my channel here. Am I on log scale? No, I'm good. Yeah, there we go. That makes way more sense. Okay, 1 and 2 on the top, 1 and 2 on the bottom. It was up today. Fortinet up. Like inverse head and shoulder. It's still like skating along this old resistance, support now. It's beautiful. Oracle, another all-time high today. This thing's going berserk, man. Like going insane after that crazy correction. Just pivoted and ran. It's just been non-stop. Nvidia's kind of in the same spot, but just not as crazy. RGTI, this is like, I mean, insane trade setup stuff. Like it was just a level, was defended, and the framework, right? Like the type 2 return of the bullish bat, and now you're putting a local base here, and now you're just running. I mean, above 1272, understand the significance, that old all-time high from 2021. Wow. Crazy runs we've had. Okay, we can look at the Mag 7 there real quick. I was just looking at TripAdvisor, man. Oh my God, what are they doing on TripAdvisor? Okay, they're gonna be the advisor of trips, doing vacations. It was a nasty trend. It didn't really look that great, and it's just up today. So for solar, wow. Yeah, these solar companies, man, don't sleep on them. They have turned things around up against a pretty big resistance. I mean, above this, you go to 220. All right, now we can let's do some of these Mag 7s. Go best to worst. Amazon up 1.59%. Made its highest daily candle close. Ooh, it was close. Never mind. It was, in fact, the highest daily candle close confirmed since February 19th. Still got some catching up to do. Part of the Dow Jones, right? So it's been lagging behind, and I think 233 at least to at least complete that W shape, and then at that point, I'm not sure. Just been going on a really good run, and made its highest close today in months. Microsoft, another high, or another day, another all-time high on candle close. Not intraday all-time high, but just traders have never settled up this high before, ever. So we've never seen a candle close above $500 though. Saw $500.13 today, but that was it. Closed at $498.84 at that 1270. This is what we were talking about like earlier, for like the index fund itself, like the S&P and the NASDAQ, like old high to the correction low. That is how I anchored this, and you're at it. That's how well of a performer it is. It's better than all the other Mag 7s, including Nvidia, which is also, it's doing well, right? All-time highs today. highest daily candle close ever today. But you can see the 1272, you're still well off of it, unlike Microsoft. So this has got some catching up to do. 170.98, 171 will be your target if it's just going to continue to float up like that without any pullbacks. That's it. Meta, after making all-time highs the last day of the quarter, of the half year, of the month, all-time highs, and has reversed, and it was up today 0.76%. But I mean, you're just sitting there, not broken out, not in price discovery, high premium, right? So it's really tough to be like time to long. I mean, not much value here at all. It's all premium and no breakout yet. At least Nvidia's broken out. At least Microsoft's broken out. At least Amazon has like some more upside before it sees an 886, right? This one's like already done it and sitting there. Yeah. Apple, this is just a win streak going on after they just test. A more successful, cleaner test on this third try, right? And so, yeah, just running. I mean, it ran to like the next level, which is that local May 1st and May 14th peak. I wonder if next week we can break it and see the 216, 220 levels, right? The swing high, swing lows. That's a big deal now. They can break 220. I mean, you probably got a trend reversal on your hands, but that's saying a lot. It's been range bound, like straight range bound since April. Good to see buyers defend 196. We discussed, like, if you wanted to down here, you can set up a tight stop loss that is strategic with good upside, decent upside if you never got stopped out, and that looks like you never got stopped out. So it was good. Down a little Apple off that. Nothing crazy or anything. Google, though, I'm a little crazier on Google. Really like this one for more upside, but I don't know how long it'll take. I'm not worried about it. It's this $181 level. That's the 180, 181 problem area, the issue you've had. I mean, it was the highest daily candle close today since February 24th or 21st, excuse me. And why I like it is just because the trend reversed, and then I got like a confirmation low, the same type of like crazy pull, like you had a low here, then a lower low in November, and you got the same low, lower low. I mean, that's a huge fake out. Just like that was a big fake out too. I think it's like Composite Man shaking out people and getting their shares at lower prices, but you're trading above the 200 moving average now. I just like this one for 190. You're trading above all the moving averages, all of them, 20, 50, 200. 190, I think 200, and then there's a gap fill, if you can even believe it, at 206, 207, all-time highs from February. So a nice channel on the 4-hour too. Probably not. Yeah, well, it's there. So you're like, you fell out of it, but you're like back in it, no problem. And yeah, you see upside to the top of the channel is like 190, 192. Yeah, I like this one. Technically, value-wise, more than others because they're already at all-time highs. They were nice before, they already blew up. They've already gone up crazy amounts.
Hey Mitch, could you please lul at $WRD?
Gills, what's up, dude? Thanks for 20. Yeah, we'll look at WRD. Yes, sir. Let's look at the last of the 7. Tesla, only red asset of the day, but who cares? It's down 0.8% after hours, too. Whatever. But like I painted this channel yesterday. I thought it looked really good. Like 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and then price action just correlates later. And if you had a plot like that, you want 1 in March, 2 in April, 3 in April. Okay, they disrespected a little bit, but eventually the reversal was there. There was a successful test there June 5th, and another successful test just a couple of days ago, July 1st. You're trading with the 200 moving average. I think you're in a lower risk situation on Tesla, less of a risk than Google even at this point, because Google's starting to rally. You just wonder, are we starting to paint, maybe if this all holds, the horizontal line and demand line at the same time, confluence, if they hold right there, you got to wonder, do we have some sort of, okay, that's an 886, dude. If we're making a higher low here, the wave structure is a 1618. And that's like right here. I mean, that's 430. I would say 400, but you have like a potential really bullish wave structure in an uptrend developing. They're putting in the C point, hopefully, as long as we can stay above 294, given enough time, you have a valid bullish wave structure, and upside, I mean, to at least $400. Top of the channel and major inflection point looking left, 27% upside. But if you were just going to complete the harmonic, it's like 36% upside. That is insanely good. So don't sleep on Tesla. Please don't. I mean, I know the news, this is Trump news, Trump fight, the two valleys and this uptrend. So they violated the key level. Now they have reconfirmed its validity as support. It is a spring back test of spring. You also could say that you're playing or long on. So it's good. I like this one in Google, even though they're performing, not as well as the others. Okay. Buying Nvidia and Microsoft right now, you're paying all-time high premium on them. So I feel like, more strategically and lower risk with higher upside, potentially, I think Tesla and Google are better than Nvidia and Microsoft. But again, that may not have been the case, in April. Like if you were watching the stream, this arrow was painted back in April when this happened, right? The $97 level that was violated, they recaptured and reconfirmed. That's called a spring back test of spring. That's exactly what's happening on Tesla right now to its own respective level. Okay, the old resistance here, support, clearly a level of inflection, violated, then recaptured, and then reconfirmed as support. And after that event occurred, technical event, technical indicator, look at the run, 70+% rally. So Tesla's doing that right now to its own level. It hasn't accelerated yet. Down here, the closer you were to these levels, the better your upside was, the easier it was to manage risk at, because the closer you are to supports, that's where you're looking to long, so you can set up stop losses that are somewhat below that level in case it failed, you get stopped out, your whole idea is invalidated, you take on minimal losses and you move on, you look for something else. When you're up at these levels and all-time highs, the unfilled gaps below you, your risk is just a lot higher. And your upside potential is a lot more nebulous. You don't know if it's truly going to go to the 1272. It could, but it's just like, what's the strategy involved? Where are you setting your stop loss up? Even if you set your stop loss up below the 152 old all-time high, what happens if it just goes to fill the gap and pivots at the gap fill, one of these two gaps, and rallies again and then starts running, and you're like, well, you had the right idea, but it just wasn't as good of a setup, strategic setup, all right? So same thing with like Microsoft. Like, how in the world can you manage your risk up here? You can't. Like, where are you setting your stop loss that makes any sense? Like, your upside could be done. You could have zero upside potential because it's going to pull back to 467, 455, pivot, and then run later. It's all-time highs again. But in 3 months from now, after a retrace, the upside is just limited. But like, hey, look what happened. When the asset had been drawing down and tested a 2021 cycle top, tested once, and unfortunately did not give us a spring back test. We were very close. They front ran it. The bids just came in before a second test, but that's better levels, right? Again, same thing with Apple. It's like, hey man, if you're asking about should you buy Nvidia in Microsoft now, you probably are newer to the community. You're not, just because like just a week ago or 2 weeks ago discussing like, well, if you wanted to take a chance, you can, and you take on minimal loss if it fails in Apple, and your upside's good if you never get stopped out. And we never here act like we know where an asset's going. We just know how to construct trading plans that give us good reward to risk. Okay, so never acted like we knew that 196 was going to hold. We just knew like, hey, if you're above it for a third time, you can set a stop, you can be long, and you have good upside. And it's been going. Anyway, so we got 18 minutes till this 4-hour close on Bitcoin. It would be the highest 4-hour candle close since June, which is not even that crazy. Meh. I'm just live here on a short day just because I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm going out of town for a little while. I'll be back, but yeah, there's Max. Let's look at this request. Let's see here.
Hi Mitch, can we please look at good old $DXY daily? Is that a complete ABCD and channel?
Fibonacci Toms, dude. Thanks for the pounds, mate. Sweat on it. Yeah, we'll certainly look at that. Okay. We're just getting into requests now, so it won't be long. All right, first request, DGen coin. Thank you for giving me the exchange, so I don't have to ask. DGen coin on CoinX. Oh boy. This thing got murdered, didn't it? Got murdered, but man, I'll tell you, I know. You see, this is like, oh, he's not new. He knows what's going on. He's invested in himself. He understands kind of. There's some sort of M shape here. I don't know if it's like a formal one or not. I don't know if it's even deep enough. It was close. I don't think it's a bat because it didn't go to an 886 formally. Maybe it did. We'll see. You never quite. Gosh dang, dude, it did. See, wow. How about that, man? That's just how you know we're on the same page. Anonymous, on the same page here. That is a 886 bullish Gartley. What I really like about it is that, okay, you've got a candle low close, you got price action correlation to it. You could make it a zone if you want, but you can see the test here. They're testing. That's an easy way to set up your stop loss, right? I mean, you always want a type 2 return if you can help it, man. Like, you would truly want it to be like this and then this. That would always, that's the rule, right? That's how that's the framework. You want, look, 1 and 2 if you can help it, but sometimes you don't get it. So, but at this point, you're close enough to the inflection point where you don't want to own it probably below 2.7 tenths of 1 cent. Your upside potential is probably here, right there, where you can see that 5.5 tenths of 1 cent resistance reversal right there. So the upside on DGen coin from where it is right now to the next horizontal line resistance is about 60% upside here. So that's pretty cool to see an M shape develop. This is a good context M shape because you have a long extended drawdown and then the pattern develops, and it happens to develop at some historical levels. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I see what else it is. So there's a candle high close right here from February of last year. That swing high candle close, and then you get a more formal test. That's it, man. That's your zone. 2.7 to 2.9 tenths of 1 cent. Stop loss below that, and your first target's going to be 5.5 cents. You would want a confirmation low locally if you could help it. You may never get it because it's crypto. So I'm just telling you the lines in the sand. It's okay to own this asset until it falls below 2.7 cents. Then your argument, it starts becoming weak, much weaker. Does that make sense? Okay. Positive price action correlation here. I really like that. Okay. DGen coin, hype in the chat. Hype in the chat. Wow. In the same category of like IOTA coin. Kind of like, it is like IOTA, and I didn't really see it. I saw other M shapes completed, but nothing quite like IOTA or this one, where they happen to be completing the M shapes. The completion of the M shape is at the historical inflection point. This one's even more crazy in 2019. You can just see how many reversals have occurred here. I mean, that's the ticket. That's the stuff. Easy to set up stops. Good upside if it succeeds. Yeah. Even though it's IOTA, I don't give a crap what IOTA's failed 2017 ICO project. No one cares, right? But it's not about, it's just the technicals. The technicals look like kind of reversal-ish. Don't blame me, man. I don't know, Mom, if we have the peoples in here these days. All right, let's see here. The futures are still open for another hour and 13 minutes. U.S. futures. WRD. I've been chatting for DGen coin. Wow. We Ride Incorporated. You're probably like, hey, look, it's an M shape. I think a little deeper would be better. If we get a little bit lower, 886, it would have been nicer. But this one sucks because just your data's awful. It's like a pump and dump.
Baba Booey.
What's up, Baba Booey? Thank you, dude. Nah, crap. This yellow. Yeah, I mean, like, It'd be nicer if we were at an 886, which would be like a gap. There's like a gap somehow. Oh, it's just stock. So 656. So I don't really see anything that sticks out as like actionable right now. They're trying to pivot here, but what if it just draws down? You know, and it wouldn't even be a formal M shape anyway because the B point's too deep. You need a even here. Yeah, 886. You need a 1618 for it to be a formal shark right here on this node between the B and D, and you're pretty much at a 1414. So it's just not deep enough to be formal by the book. But even if it's just an informal M shape, I would trust that more than I would something that's just sitting at a 786 and at all-time lows, right? This is a 786. Someone will be like, bro, that's a cipher. Maybe you can say it's a cipher if you want. If you want to play the cipher, go for it. It's just when you have a harmonic that's randomly at all-time lows, and I'm asking all these questions, it's just not the best. I mean, I'm just like, I want degen. I want the M shape develops and it's completing at historical supports where I can understand what the market participants are doing at that level. Okay, they're defending it. I don't know what they're doing here. And it's just consolidating sideways. S&P, the index funds hitting all-time highs, melting up, and this one's just hanging around at all-time lows, just a little off. You know, I would say there's not much to do here. Even if it goes higher, it's just harder to say there's an edge, right? It could go higher. That'd be great, man. I hope it does for you. Gills LLC, thank you, dude. Fibonacci times wants to the DXY, the U.S. dollar currency index. Well, we lost that demand line, but there's this support resistance from history, which is $97. 97. What is that? Very big deal if you care. I guess this probably goes back further. Yeah, look at that. 1974. It was a support. I don't even know if it was. Yeah, that was the first time. 1974. $97 was support reversal. And then it became resistance in 1978 and reversed the downside, right? There was then support in 1987. I wasn't even alive yet. I wasn't alive back then either. It was support. It flipped to resist. 100 went to resistance and it, right, broke. So it's been support in 1989. It's been a major reversal in 1991, 1993. So we know, and look at this, 1997, pretty much 98. 1999. We know $97, okay, at this point. Even if you didn't know, now you know. Based on evidence from history. So they're trying to hold that. They're trying to defend it. They're kind of going to close in it, not above it. But you do kind of have like an inverted hammer reversal right here with follow through now. If this candle closes like this in 3 hours, 9 minutes, it'll be confirmed inverted hammer, possibly reversal. So it's all about that. That's a huge deal. I don't know if it's hard to say if we're going to be showing. I don't know if you can really even say we're bullish divergence or anything. But yeah, where are we on Fibonacci from this low to high? At a 1272, 1414. So you're hitting that local fib extension where it's like X, A, B, C. They could be trying to put in a C point. And then we have like ourselves a dragon. Like what happens if we get something like this, you know? Here's the foot, here's the hump, here's the second foot getting put in, and then the C to D wave takes you way higher. I hope not, right? So let's just keep things the way they are. So Bitcoin can do its thing, the equities, risk on can do their thing. So you say A, B, C, D, and a channel. Is that a complete A, B, C, D? Well, where's the A, B, C, D you're talking about? Are you talking about, like, what's the A point? Are you talking about January 9th? Or what, you know? To lose 97 is very bad. To lose 97 is like, oh my God, we're going to 92, 91 fast, which would probably be, and this rate probably good for, yeah, I don't know. The RSI kind of does show like a low and then the lower low, and then you're hitting oversold here. This kind of is bullish divergence on the DXY. Yikes. And really good looking, actually. The 3-day probably looks similar. 3-day MACD starting to show some divergence. What were you saying though? AD or ABCD? I mean, I know the AB. Are you just? I need to know the anchor point. What would AB? What would the A point be? Fibonacci times. Thank you again for the 27 super chat. Channel from recent high. Oh, you're just talking like this, maybe. I mean, I guess sure. You can always paint channels, right? I mean, you can always attempt to conceptualize the trend you're in, right? You can try. And it's probably like
Glad the
that.
golden
1,
drop.
2.
Cheers, Mitch. Hope you enjoy the 4th of July parties and good luck with the ladies.
Oh, Andrew, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. The continued contributions on the stream today. Thank you, man. I don't know if I'll be drinking beer, but I'll be drinking something, man. I'll be thinking about y'all. Probably post on Instagram. I don't know. It's supposed to rain all weekend or something. So no. From September 2022 high. Sorry. September 2022 high. October, September. Okay. Is it a channel? Oh, are you like saying, is this an ABCD? Is it a? We'll do the channel first. We're talking about this and this and then this. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I get you could anchor that way. Sure. Absolutely, you could do that. I didn't even think about it. Yes. This is the trend you're in, which is lower highs, lower lows, right? And you're nearing the oversold threshold of the downtrend. I would imagine, right? I mean, that's some crazy selling, dude. It is wild what's happened to the DXY. Down 12.6% since Trump got inaugurated. Yeah. Do you hear me? The DXY, the US dollar index, is down 12.6% since Trump got inaugurated. All right. So yeah. So you're nearing oversold thresholds, and you're also at a very key support that you have to hold, or you're screwed, right? So you could be completing that little drag in here, that X, A, B, hopefully C. C to D wave takes you higher. So yeah, you're probably that all kind of implies, and again, I could be completely wrong. I'm not trying to make predictions, but I'm saying like those pieces of data could maybe help us say that you're kind of long in the tooth on the sell-off, and that maybe a relief rally is, it's reasonable to say a relief rally is coming or could come around these levels, right? There's plenty of re's, dude. Real quick, do want to give a shout out to just all the renewals and the Patreon / Citadel. I can't name off all of them because things don't update and they change and it gets all weird. But I just want to say a big shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for continuously supporting this channel. I couldn't do without you. My team couldn't do without you. We also have like a new Citadel member, Evan Landry. Thank you so much for joining. Brandon Lesko, thank you so much, dude, for joining the annual Patreon. Let's freaking go, okay? Like, join for the year. And I think that's where you get the best value. You get 1 month free, but you also understand like swing trading is some months it's going to be a feast, some it's going to be a famine because of the way it works, right? When a trade setup on BABA plays out, well, guess what? It's going to be a long time before BABA's going to have a setup again, so sometimes the market conditions are good and bad, so it's good to join for the year. So you're always around, okay? Because people will be like, oh, it's boring times. Well, boring times are where some of the best setups develop, so it keeps you in tuned during like the lulls. And then Saint of Last Resort, thanks so much for joining the Patreon today, dude. So big hype in the chat to Brandon Lesko, man. That is huge, dude.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
It's that time again for $BTBT's Beautiful chart.
Bro, BTBT, let's go, man. Like, it was so crazy. Chloe in the Patreon, she was like asking about it the day. It was like, what was that? It gapped down, and then I think she was asking about June 27th, June 30th, and it's like, bro, or sis, or girl, like they once and now twice. You got like a confirmation low. and an unfilled gap just above you. Like and it is blown up. It's up 11.7%, and after hours it's up another 3%. Currently trading at its highest level since February 21st. Incredible. Price action correlation to key levels, just like Solar Edge. Like, oh no, it's not all over. You can't just because it breaks down, it gaps down, give it a couple days, see how the dust settles, and the dust settled by buyers recapturing the key level and holding it, just as they have done in the past. In May last year, November 2023. So real of a level. It's beautiful. Right? Since they recaptured it, from that low, up 46% in 4 days. Probably 50% now because of the after hours trading. Unreal. Wow. Yeah, all the miners doing things. MicroStrategy was doing things. Not today, but up against some big resistance, and the coin definitely did things. Hood doing things. All the crypto related stocks doing things, and Bitcoin's doing things kind of, but not really. Like
LA King Bidman.
Lacking Bidman. See, people will, I get it, man. I get it. No one wants to buy LAC, and this is like the type of price action that occurs, just like on Baba. Before, people think they just every day will ask about it, they'll mention it, they'll make memes about it, they'll talk about it. That was Baba. That was Baba for a really long time after we identified the Gartley. Same psychology of how people are responding to the lack of movement after the very bullish reversal pattern developed. It's just, and still holding it, it's still like trying to put in some favorable stuff. Just can't catch bids. It's up after hours 1.5%. So the losses today, forget it. Today doesn't even count because it was a half day. And that's what, they're showing clearly. It's like, it was flat today, okay? Still at 262. Still trying to put in a higher low. Here's one low. Here's a second low. Here's a third low. It's still more than before with the M shape. And it's all above this crazy level from history from 2014. And what's cool about it is, if you don't know, like from this major low from 2020 to the highest high, it's like 88 to 95% retrace in itself. So it's like a mega M shape and another M shape. And there it is. Highest 4-hour candle close on Bitcoin since early June. Since June 10th. Hype in the chat. Bullish and golden candle too. And a nice clean candle close back above 109.35801, the old January 20th old all-time high earlier this year. So hype in the chat. That was it. Ding, ding, ding. If it was a normal day, this is when we would have the closing bell. So incredible, super American type close. Yeah, the stock market has been like the Patriot movie, hasn't it? The comeback, where all hope was lost. No. Historical recovery. 2 months, all it took. And I was like, all a bad dream. Okay, so LAC, dude. People can make fun of it. People were making fun of Baba. I get it. And it may fail. Do you understand? I cannot express to you enough. I don't act like I know where this thing's going. Even if we identify the most incredible structures. There is no ego here or anywhere. No ego. There was no ego when this pattern developed from November 2022 all the way to December 2023. No ego when it, August 5th when the trade setup was published. That was the carry trade day that blew up the first time. I mean, it just, it looks even better than it was. It did. It jumped across the creek, or the supply line was broken. Rule of 3, everything looked good, and it hit 3 of the 4 targets. It still hasn't hit the 4th target. That's still at 164, but that's a longer term thing. So, but it's like LAC is like right here, kind of, in a way. It's like, we're somewhere around here. Okay, no one can believe it that we can't catch bids, but that's LAC. I could be a little more real about it. Yeah, LAC's like kind of like right here. Dang, dude. I mean, it looks good. It looks like a good setup, right, chat? I mean, I get it. It's been January 19th all the way to June. I mean, that's like half a year, bro. 5 to 6 months right there of just nothing burger after pattern completion. So And then time goes on. You got a new car. You had a baby. Target 1 and 2. Or target 1 only. Almost got target 2. Then time continued to go on. You got a new job, bro. Oh, look, you had a second. Oh, it's target 2. Target 3 gets hit there too. And then that's how it goes, man. That's like lack. Okay, anyway. It was the same thing with ACHR. You get it, man. Speaking of ACHR, someone was asking about it because it like started developing a 5.0. It might have failed. I mean, it's not failed yet. Like, it did not fail. Like, I even posted a trade setup. Again, I don't act like I know where these things are going. I'm just like, okay, by Scott Carney's book, it's a valid bullish 5.0. It just is. It's not my opinion. It's just how, right? So the shark, it's beautiful. It's a 113, 200% plus retrace. Remember, between a 1618 and a 224. That's what gives you a valid shark on the B to D point. So it was perfect, valid. And then the sell-off. How deep was the sell-off from the swing low to high of the structure? Oh, it was a 50% retrace. Once reaction, and here's the type 2. 50% on the dot. It's not a 618. It's perfect. And what's cool about this one is the 50% retrace, 977. It's a swing high reversal. Reversals you've seen. But look, it's been support, support, support. Back in 2020, 2021. It just was swing lows. So if you're above that 977 level, you're like golden. But you would cut your losses pretty fast below 937, below the swing low put in June 23rd. You might say, it's probably going to the 200, $7, $7.40. It failed. That can happen, man. That could very well happen. I'm not saying I think we're going to 1859. I'm just saying like that is a max threshold target for an aggressive trader here. If this succeeds, if you never get stopped out, you think you eventually do see 1374, some fib extensions in 1859, the old all-time high. Yeah. Market conditions, this stock is a lot better now than it was back in 2021. That's for sure. Technology, partnerships, deals, tests, trials, everything, and the trend is your friend. So we're identifying a bullish pattern and a bullish trend. That's all we're doing. So we're trend trading. And just like Baba, man, same type of thing, dude. Same thing. It's just like here we are, chat. It's just a cold, cool October evening. G-Dog, are we gonna eat, man? Eat? Oh my God! And then we get obsessive with ACHR because the harmonic framework developed. It's a bullish Gartley, type 1 reaction, type 2 return. And you'd say, well, why not the 886? Well, the good news about inflection points from history is like, if you're getting type 1, you're getting type 2 there. It's like, that's it. And then, so the 786 and the 1414, you just have to understand, I know I mentioned this at one point in one of the streams. The 786 and 1414 is so ungodly. There's something about it. So just like, if you take anything from the stream, oh my God, remember Ray? Yeah, dude, he was talking about like 786 and 1414 fib extension. When they are confluent, magic happens. Or magic has happened and could happen again. So that was there. I thought that was brilliant. And then, of course, Kathy Wood started getting into it. Then Elon Musk said he liked it. And then firms are getting, okay. And then target 3 hit of the trade setup by Thanksgiving. Went a little higher. It's been chopping ever since, really. So, I mean, it made a higher high, but here we are. And here's like part 2 Boogaloo. Part 2 Boogaloo. Can we get it? I hope so, man. It'd be nice. I still think even if it fails, like a $7 back test would be a good possible entry too. Crazy. Baba Booey, yeah. That's it, man.
GME Shark Type 2 can't be real.
It can't? I don't know. Look, GME. GameStop, bro. Ugh. I mean, maybe. I don't know, dude. It's like a fraud company. They don't do anything. And he's just saying this. He thinks like he's going to anchor like this. He's saying shark, which I think that was a type 1. Type 2. And it played out. See, the trade, if you're talking about harmonic trading, like it already played out, man. Even here, like 886, that was the shock. So you're saying, like, is this the type 1? Is this the type 2? Maybe. How many tests are we going to get, though, bro? Like, it's like as soon as they announced that they were putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet, collapsed. And I was like, is that a bear flag? And not great. It's not great. I guess you're okay above 2156 for now. Type 1, type 2, maybe. I would probably just like rather own Google or Tesla than I would GameStop. I know, call me crazy. Crazy. And it's like, okay, instead of just like GameStop unlevered, you can't get as much upside on like Tesla and Google, then buy some GGLL or some TSLL, 2-time levered ETFs of those, assets, lever up if you have higher conviction on an asset. It's so better to lever that asset with conviction than to try to long something like GameStop that has just god-awful fundamentals and literally can't go anywhere. I mean, it's still fine, for sure. Like, it is fine as rain, or fine as wine, whatever they say, above 2170. But why are we at all-time highs on the stock market and this thing's just flat? It's trading at the same price it was trading at February 2022, January 2021. Not really showing a defined, nice uptrend. I mean, it's kind of there. Like, here's a low, here's the highest high, here's the higher low, the lower high than the previous high, then the higher low than the previous low, then the higher high than the previous high, now higher low maybe. Yeah, I think there's better assets with better fundamentals, but whatever. GameStop U, well, there's the thing. Right as rain, there you go, dude. Thank you. GameStop U, I mean, yeah, 2-time levered GameStop. I mean, that's like, it's already risky being, 1-time levered, not levered at all. D-Dog, Michael S. What is D-Dog? Is that some sort of variation of Doge or something? Yeah, Orange Blood, the Reddit neckbeards, they do think that GameStop will somehow do what it did back in 2021. I know, like they're like, bro, it's gonna do the same thing. You know what's crazy though? If you go back to the stream, like there's evidence, okay, literal evidence. This was spring back test. This converted a lot of people to TA. I remember back in 2020, a lot of new people were joining the community and all that, and we were on GameStop and we looked at the spring back test. July 21st, 2020. It was one time, and you would see this level, 93.9 cents. There was a split and all that. So this is a true form of springback test where it would make you a believer if you never were before. Okay, it was here. It was identified before this run. Yep, the whole run. It was prophetic. So you go back to 2004. There it is, or 2003, excuse me. It was the old swing low, all-time low, right there. And then they just touched it perfectly like the Jesus after recapturing and then reconfirming it as support, and then whatever thousands of percent to kingdom come, thy will be done. From 93 cents to 120, it was different numbers because of pre-split, but yeah, they hope and wish it would do that again. It's like, all right, maybe, dude, maybe, yeah. Oh, Datadog joined the S&P 500 today? Okay. Hi in the chat for Datadog. What a 15% candle. Unreal. Well, we've been here before. Definitely been here before. Been a long time, though. I don't know when the last time I've been on this asset, but, there wasn't really anything going on besides it had just begun the recovery, like Google and all these other ones, right? CRM. HubSpot, and then just blasted off today and hit its highest daily candle close since looks like December. So the highest daily close, highest price of 2025 today. That's cool. Huge gap. Volume is not there. Insane volume spike. Highest volume spike seen ever. This was the highest volume signature we've ever seen on Datadog today. It makes sense, right? Getting put on the S&P 500 is incredible. Wow. rejoice. I don't think there was anything. It's literally just a V-shape. V-shape recovery without an edge, right? They recaptured a level. They didn't even really back test it. It wasn't really like your most conventional look. You don't have to have an edge. You don't have to have spring back tests. You don't have to have harmonics and double bottoms and all. You don't have to have those ingredients for an asset to like go nuts and go and rally to crazy levels. We just look for those because we know that those give us a marginal edge, right? A greater than 50% chance probability of that positive resolution we look for. So if it doesn't have it, okay, you're flipping coins. The coin landed on tails because tails never fails on this one. That's nice. Yeah, very good. Oh, we've been live now, hour, 10 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button, the sub. I'm just here hanging out, man. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it. It's July 3rd, holidays.
Anonymous tipped $25. NNDM Deep Crab Type 2. Can we take a look? Thanks.
Yeah, of course, Anonymous. Do it right now. Thank you, dude. Sure thing. NNDM, not medicine. No, nano dimension. Sorry. Oh my God, what happened to this thing? Well, descending triangle ended up playing out, didn't it? Jeez. Oh, wow, yeah. So you say deep crab. Locally? I would guess locally. Has to be locally. Yeah, he's like, what I'm thinking he's thinking is XA. B, not deep, it's more of a butterfly, right? C, it's a 200%, so that's like a hop, harmonic optimum price. It can't go any lower, otherwise it's invalid. Is it that, or are you talking about some other anchoring? Like here, and it could be here and here. 2x, no, it could be there and here. Nope, because that'd be a higher high. That's a lower low, you can't do it there. That wouldn't be deep enough. It has to be this, right? Let me know. Anonymous. I don't want to dox you because I just need more information about what if you're asking me about harmonics, always best to be like X anchor point from this date or this price. And that helps me be a little bit more, because I don't want to say you're wrong or anything like that. I just want to see what you're seeing. It's a butterfly though, it's purple. Because, purple is more feminine because butterflies, you get it. I'd imagine this is what they're thinking. But so it's a bullish butterfly, type 2 return, possibly. The issue is you're counter trend trading, right? You're trading at the lowest level seen in a very, very long time. 5-year lows. What's cool is they are defending this swing low candle close from August 2020, a spring back test. Look at that. Here's just more examples of spring back tests, chat. So level develops, you see they bring it back down to that level and reconfirm it. It didn't exist, I guess. Maybe you could extend it and say, okay, it was right here. Yeah, swing highs right there. Whichever way you want to look at it. Like that. First one's ever, okay. And so they tested and then tested again, and then that's when the big run happened. Look, another level from history, chat. Look, swing low from 2019. Education, okay. Swing lows, and then it started correlating negatively. Look at this, resistance sell-off. They recaptured, then they reconfirmed it and held it. And another bullish back test hammer, bullish hammer, taking you to the highs. Oh, confirmation high, it's over. So hopefully what you're doing is at the same level you're trying to confirm a bottom. So, but the problem is you're a little separated from 138, so it's harder to manage risk now, because the closer you are to 138, 141, the easier it is to set up a tight stop loss that has strategic, an entry that has good upsides, but you've already had some good upside already, and now it's like, where do you set your stop, and it's equitable. So your upside potential in this situation is probably the 200 moving average of 204, gap fill 209. So your upside potential where you are right now is up almost 4% today. You have upside potential about 27 to 29%, 30%. That's about as far as I'd take it. because the trend's so bad that like it could run up, do that, put in the lowest highs. Heck, man, they could take this at 245. That'd be like your exit or your Babe Ruth swing for the fence third target exit. But definitely, if you were on this and you were long on it, yeah, 205 to 209. If you were lucky, you'd break 216 and run to 240, 245. But that's it, because the trend's so bearish that not enough evidence to... They would think about it. They have to do to reverse this trend. They got to take out 274, 280. They have to take out $3. They got to take out 337. They got to take out 373. Higher highs, higher lows consistently. That's just so much work. So yeah, you got an extension pattern with a little upside, 30% upside here. So hopefully that helps. Anonymous, sorry if that didn't. I did my best, man. You know. Typically, I can, if you say something, I can almost see it. You know, if you're talking about harmonics and patterns and stuff. Could have been completely wrong here. Okay, so that was like the last request we had. Still got a little time left on futures before they close. And why does a butterfly have to be feminine? Because they just typically are. You know, I don't make the rules. Culturally, butterflies are a more feminine animal, right? They pollinate. They do not attack. They don't have stingers. Which I know, like females have stingers, right? Like entire, what is it? Entire ant colonies are females. They're all females or something. Or all bees, like the entire colony are a bunch of females. So. But butterflies, man, you just type in butterfly. You tell me if this is masculine. Butterflies are nature's angels. The beautiful wing patterns, hypnotic movements, and vibrant colors can mesmerize anyone. Does that sound more feminine or masculine? No wonder fashion has been long obsessed with magnificent creature and butterfly print. Okay, so butterflies are often associated with femininity, grace, and individuality, and they have been symbolically linked to feminine archetypes in various cultures and mythologies. For instance, the butterfly woman or butterfly goddess appears in different mythologies, such as Native American traditions, where she represents transformation, fertility, and the feminine force. In Mexican and Mesoamerican mythology, figures like Itzpapatolotl, the obsidian butterfly, combine elements of both beauty, strength, symbolizing the power of women, especially in the context of childbirth. Get wrecked. Okay? And I could continue on with more if you needed, if I needed to. I could just blow it up. We got butterfly woman talk all day. Anyway. So Intel, y'all remember Intel Composite Operator, it seems like has been conducting a buying campaign here. Ace says males and animals are prettier than females. Well, you have what males have is sexual dimorphism, it's called, right? And it's for them attracting a mate. Yeah, like birds have sexual dimorphism, like hardcore. The peacock spider, right? That male will, you know, pull up little pieces on his back and try to get a mate. Kingfishers, birds, like they'll try to feed, they'll try to like get gifts for their potential mates. Yeah, it's just, that's how it is. So, all right, get wrecked, butterfly femininity deniers, exactly. So I would just look, we're above the 200 moving average to close out the shorter week, and we jumped across a creek. All you do if you're an Intel holder is you just hold on to Intel and wait for the composite operator to conclude his buying campaign and wait for the markup phase. I think that's all you can do on Intel. That's it, man. Oh, CRMD? What is that? Was that a request? What? Am I crazy here? CRMD. Did I see a CRM? I don't think that was a request, Estaj. You just trying to... I don't know what you're saying. Core Medics Incorporated. Nothing crazy on this one. Nothing like... sorry. I mean, the level... Hey, look, Composite Man may be down at the 3s. It's 1162. It's like, sorry. Like, the fun times to identify value and strategy is over on this one. Like, what do you want, man? It's like, huh? Yeah, down here, 3s and 2s, and it blew up. I mean, was it? Oh, it's up against resistance. Oh, it up thrusted. I mean, look, whatever. There's no edge. Nothing a swing trader can do in this situation. It's just.
It's okay. Pressure makes diamonds. And I love pressure.
Yeah, Intel's good. Yeah, loading. Intel looks good for upside eventually. You just have to be really patient on those. You just don't know how long they can last. So, semiconductors. We're gonna look at like Taiwan Semiconductor. Holy crap! Look at that dark cloud cover. It ushered in the reversal, but then look, the old Eye of Sauron was tested successfully, and the V-shaped recovery, just nonstop, all-time highs today. This is one of your largest market cap assets in the entire world. I think it's in the top 10.
Take a look at $KTA Kita / WETH on base.
NWA, thanks for the 20. Sure, we'll just do it right now. Knock it out. What is it? Kita to wrapped Ether on base. Well, there's 4 different ones, so I'm just gonna go with the first one. So we're talking about it's a scam coin. Like, you know, I just don't look at these as the same as I would like a stock. And it's like, you got an actual company that makes money quarterly. This, you know, the developer of Kita to wrapped Ether is probably some like morbidly obese guy who lives in Belarus. I mean, like, doing nothing. Like, that's the problem. Like, I'd imagine, oh yeah, Intel, the devs are definitely doing something, you know. Composite Man's buying, technically. I mean, this is like, yeah, maybe you're confirming a bottom here at 59.64 cents, but what happens if they just rug pull it? Like, and nothing happens, no one goes to jail, you know. It's like, what's up? I'm not that guy. Yeah, dude, I guess the bullish engulfing candle is how you would play it. Like, dude, if you put a $20 bill to my head, you know, like he did, you better manage risk somehow here or else. I guess it's like, if you're above 60 cents, you're good. If you're not, screw it. Don't touch it. Your target, if you're above 64 cents, your target's 87 cents. If you break 87 cents, I guess your target's probably going to be like 122 and then 153. Those are your 3 targets here. If somehow the bearish breakdown, you know, look, they broke down, confirmed. It was the lowest daily candle close on Kita since May 17th. But look, it wasn't about the breakdown itself. It was about the fall through. The fall through was a bullish engulfing candle recapturing 59.60 cents. And today you're trying to catch some follow through. So if they keep the price above this zone long enough, wouldn't you think that the target straight up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, that's your target. So if it, I'm not acting like I know if it will hold. I'm just saying you would target for 87 cents if it did hold. And that would be, my God, 32, 33% upside. If they ever broke that level, the next target on deck would probably be like 123, which is like 88 to 90% upside. So it's all about this level. If this engulfing candle catches follow through and they defend 64, 60 cents long enough, then an 87 cent target. That's all I can give you on this one, NWA. And I'm sorry if that doesn't even help, you know. Sorry. Why does he have to live in Belarus? He can live anywhere. Anywhere. He can live in Singapore, I don't care, but it could be the dev, and he may not even be obese because it's illegal to be obese in Singapore, but literally, but he could just have unscrupulous behaviors, and this is his way of doing it by making Kita coin to wrapped ether on base. Yikes. So I wonder if we have some others. I'm going to look through some of these semiconductors. Here's Atom. This is an old one. Very interesting. Trying to put in higher lows. I don't know. This support right here. They're trying to hold it. They're trying to do something there. If it can hold, if $5 can hold an Atom, you'll be all right. It's been $5 forever. Yeah, I wonder if things are turning around on Atomera. SMCI, this one's just like, oh my god, a long-term hold. Like you just hope 63 and then $98, $100 after. You'd think, like, given enough time based on the structure, it's good to continue higher. I like this one. Broadcom, second highest daily candle close ever today. Almost the highest close ever. Just what a strong run. AMD, crazy run. Bullish abandoned baby. And yeah, not much real structure. I mean, on these recovery on some of these, they're just not. Like, they don't have to. It was cool to see them back test 97 as support on May 7th. That's about it. They have not back tested 120, 122 yet. They just recaptured it. You would hope for a reconfirmation. They retest, hold it, and then you could set up stop loss, you know, and then it runs to 161 after. Marvel, you know, above $76, $78, you're in good shape for a nice run to at least $90 for a gap fill. Good accumulation structure, maybe. NXPI, I don't know. It's just another semiconductor. I have like my watch list semis. Yeah, very close to a big zone being broken, but you still kind of deal with the 2022, 2021 high. Yeah, not much, man, of an edge, or there wasn't too much. Oh, interesting. If you anchor 1 and 2 from the highest high from July last year and then February this year, you can see they've broken some sort of supply line on this one. Yeah, they broke it like yesterday, and you're holding above it today. Wow, interesting. Nice. ON, another one. See, they're just like, not great, you know. These are not like amazing looking. It's V-shaping, breaking the 200, but lowest low, possibly lowest high. Texas Instruments, just, you know, it tested these levels as resistance and collapsed, and then hit support down here and pivoted and V-shaped. I mean, this is as textbook of a V-shape as you could ever dream of. But it was cool to see after a second bearish back test, you got a 33% drawdown in 46 days. But again, you come down to these lower ends and recapture, and then just, that was the third, fourth highest daily candle close ever. Very close. Might see all-time highs next week. That's just wild. No rhyme or reason. Too much. That you don't have to. ML was cool how it reversed, right? Bearish dragon pattern, confirmation high, lower low, lower high, lowest low. And now things are starting to turn around where it's like, okay, they held support and then rallied, and now you're recapturing 747, 761, old support resistance, and you're defending it. They're defending it as support. So you could be looking at an 883 target on ASML and time. Applied Materials, not much rhyme or reason, really. I mean, it's cool. They recapture 171, 175, but it just been in a downtrend and broke out. Probably a supply line somewhere, whichever way you want to look at it. Right there, sure. And on deck 200, and then 213 after that. Okay, things just turning around on the semis. Skyworks lost support, harmonic dudded, and then ran to the next support and violated it actually, and then just recaptured. And but what was cool? It was cool when they recaptured it. Beautiful price action correlation. recaptured and then reconfirmed. So you got a springback test on Skyworks, $55, $57 level, and it's been running ever since. It didn't even see the 200. You haven't even touched the 200 moving average since September 6th last year. So I guess that, and then $86 to $89 would be on deck. Test that as resistance. So yeah, recovery unfolding on these. IWM is unbelievable. Holy crap. What an amazing M-shaped type 2 return. What the... Yeah, IWM is insanely good. I remember back in the day identifying the bullish Gartley at the bottom threshold of this 1993 support. It was the COVID crash. It happened, and then it was like, oh my god, look how we recaptured this demand line, and look at the positive price action correlation we've been getting lower. See all that psychology, okay? Like you're identifying like an M-shape completing, and then like you're identifying like the channel being recaptured, supports being recaptured, and you're seeing like this low and this low. Both of these lows are higher than all these lows. So that is accumulation. And then another rally, a higher high than previous highs, then a higher low. So much demand, the sellers were unable to go test that 117 level again. And then another higher high. And then it's like, wow, okay, this uptrend we've been in for so long, you've like broken out. I don't even remember, this is not a log scale channel. I don't think. No, it was not a log scale channel. It was linear. And look at it now. It's just unbelievable. It reminds me of Tootsie Roll. But a Tootsie Roll, Gartley, just a longer term Tootsie. So since the pattern completion zone of the Gartley, IBM is up 189%. I think I still own some from then. Let's see. It's kind of, let's see if I still own a little IBM. From back then, it was just like, just hold a little and just see what happens, and who cares? It doesn't mean anything to me. And my IBM. Yeah, IBM. It's up 112.89% P&L. So I don't know. It was somewhere back here. It's over doubled. Cool. Yeah. So just still looking at some of these semis. Here's your Micron. What a recovery. How much to look at. These V-shapes are just so violent. There just wasn't much to do. ADI all-time highs. Wow. What? Well, look at that. The parabolic uptrend, they violated and recaptured. So the parabolic uptrend still in effect. I guess. How would we extend it out? Yeah, something like that. That's freaking gorgeous, dude. V-shape, literal V-shape. All right, anyway, so been live like an hour and a half now, and hey, Mesogamma, dude. They're cutting our funding, dude. Guess we're gonna have to do something about that. Insane. Insane rally. We have so much history that has occurred. So look at Bitcoin, man. We're just a nonchalant less than $100 away from $110,000 Bitcoin. I think it's just so spectacular. Yesterday's candle was so real and telling, and it was all based on a bad jobs report. It wasn't just Bitcoin, it was like everything kind of melted up, because a bad jobs report, you'd think, oh no, bad news, it should dump the market. No, because it just increases the probability that the Federal Reserve will begin cutting interest rates sooner, because things are bad. So the market is repricing that, because I'm telling you, if you're implying, oh, interest rates will be sooner, that means, guess what? More people will be able to participate in debt, to getting in debt. Therefore, it will drive prices up, because there will be more demand. There will be more participants. in a market where they should have had no business because they don't have the money. They're just borrowing. That's what happens with interest rates going lower. And that's why it's like, should we lower the interest rates now with the stock market doing what it's currently doing? I just don't know how that makes sense. Don't know. And again, the people go, well, he dropped interest rates, last year. I'm like, I don't know. I think that was very political. I don't know if him doing that really made any sense. It didn't, like, there was no rhyme or reason outside of he did it for, that administration or something, for sure, to try to win or whatever. That's right. Going to be a great weekend. Hopefully it's sunny. My God, man, we're just sitting above the old January 20th all-time high. That is just insane and so wonderful. And this is a follow-through candle, and a breakout candle. Like, if this stays as is or higher with 3 hours, 21 minutes to go, I mean, we have a confirmed bullish breakout of multiple levels. We have broken into Mordor. We have gotten through, the lion's share of all the orcs, and now we are laying siege to Barad-dûr. Here's the Barad-dûr siege, and here is Sauron himself. The final battle, 112. Well, you do need to break 110.5, convincingly. And if we can do that, we'll be doing something that's never happened in the history of Bitcoin. Okay, chat. Bitcoin has never, in its 15-year history, it's never, unless the first 2 years, I don't know. I didn't even have the data on 1 or 2, the Genesis years. There might have been price discovery in July, but I'm saying, like, okay, the past 13 years of data where we have it on a chart, there's never been a price discovery run in this month. So we'd be doing, this time's different for real. So I'm just hoping that something we've never seen before happens. History is bucked. All right, here we are. So I hope y'all are satisfied with some of the analysis done today. We went through the markets. I don't think we looked at gold. Just got off. There's so many other things doing stuff. Gold going for bearish and golden candles. So I'm saying, like, until you're bringing 34.29, it's kind of like, they could be painting a lower high. So it's sideways. And as we looked at many other assets on equities, like, they will probably outperform gold in the next 3 to 6 months. Why? This is why. Because gold already had its run. It had the crazy psycho run, and it's the largest market cap asset in the world. It will take a lot of capital to keep this thing running way higher sooner. And it's not a risk-on asset, right? I think big tech, or I don't even know. Stuff like, how's Target doing? Just things like this where it's like hitting a bottom. Look at that. I wonder, like, today, intraday, saw its highest price since April 2nd, filled a gap yesterday, 2 days ago. You're just wondering if $89 and $90, if that's like a bottom for now, and maybe there's good upside. They could take this to at least the supply line. The 200 moving average, 122, 125, the supply line, 130, horizontal line, support resistance. I just wonder, like, these are like basement levels. They're no longer promoting trans stuff either. It's all American stuff. Like, they literally, hey, whoever's in power, let's placate those voters.
Happy
That's Target.
Independence Day for tomorrow to all Americans. Cherish your country, your culture, and your history, the best country in the world.
That's right. That's right, Fibonacci Times. And we are a product of your homeland. So, I just don't know, man. Like, England needs its own revolution, but it's never going to happen. I don't know how things get any better. England will not be England in the next 5+ years. The invasion is occurring daily there. And y'all are a small country. Y'all are not like the vast openness of the U.S. Thousands of miles of vastness and nothing. Like, you don't have the room. You don't have guns. You don't have freedom of speech. The same people that are ruining your country will be in power for the next 4 years. That's what's so mind-boggling to me. Nigel Farage spoke at the Bitcoin conference. We were watching him live talking, and everything sounded good, man, about, hey, dude, it's like a rally almost. And then he's like, and I can't wait until we begin voting in 2000 2029. And I'm like, no election till 2020. It's over. Y'all are done. Might as well try to get to America as a refugee. That's all you can do. Apply for a visa here and just try to move here and marry an American girl with use your good accents to court them, I guess. What kind of harmonic would this be if it was any? It's not even a 1272. Oof, I don't know. Good one, William Batson. Good one, dude. Yeah, Jordan. Like, you'd have to have your head in the sand to not know what's actually going on over there. It's frightening. It's like there's never been anything like that happen, like in our lifetimes, what they're doing there.
I'm Argentine but been here for 15 years. Coming from Argentina is like seeing a replay of socialist stupidity.
Thank you, Fibonacci Times. You're in Argentina. Oh, okay, well, they're pretty based there nowadays. Yeah, yep. It's over. I mean, y'all's women have been so radicalized, and your men. Like, there's a chart showing like the radicalization of like which side one side's leaning to, and like in the UK, it's like men and women are both going like full on commie, like left leaning. And in other countries like South Korea, they're the inverse. They're like radicalized to the right, the men are, and the women are like, yeah, it's like culture. I mean, college is indoctrinating women and weaponizing women against Western civilization, and it's working very well. Anyway, so yeah, target on the weekly. Trade it, man. It's like a big dragon, possibly, right? Here's a 1 and 2. There's a foot. And there's like no divergence, unfortunately. Maybe we go the monthly and there's divergence. Oh yeah, look at the monthly bullish divergence on targets MACD. Not on the RSI, but like a low and then the lower low. Yeah, you definitely have target divergence here. Interesting. 200-month moving average, Larry. It is like a mega easy to identify bullish dragon on the monthly, right? Foot, hump, second foot, at 200 moving average, at key supports being defended successfully defended, bullish engulfing candle last month. How about that, dude? Target is interesting here on significant time scales for a big reversal. Yep, technically, yes. Look at that, man. That's serious. Do not deny this. Do not sleep on it. It just might take how long? Oh, well, dude, it might take like, a year for real resolution to be visible on the monthly, but let me just show you how good it looks on the monthly. Crazy. Look at that, dude. Are you kidding me? It's like that. Beautiful. So what say you, Western man? You gonna start shopping at Target again? That's right, James. Yep. I fear for the future generations. I really do. Like, how's there even gonna be a future generation of like people in Europe? Like, they're just nihilists, like a bunch of nihilists that have just given up their individual sovereignty, and they're letting a more dominant theocracy culture just take over. Like, there is the void lasted for however long, like what, 30 years? They uprooted Christendom as the dominant culture, and now it's like they've just imported all these people from foreign alien cultures and lands. And you can just see how bad it is now. Target pays dividends too. There you go, man. I don't know, small part and just whatever, reinvest. No, but YouTube, I mean, like, one of my bigger positions is Google right now. I got some Tesla. I mean, those two to me look pretty good above certain levels. Yeah, the altcoins are so lacking today. Ugh, just like typical stuff. Wow, it's just like looking at Bitcoin so strong. Luda below that $300 level. Okay, yeah, Lutza, below that level on Tesla, that $300 inflection zone and demand line, if you watch the stream or you're in the Patreon, I mean, like, I show it every day. It's right here. It's like, if you're above this $300 level, you're safe. Like, that's real good. Horizontal line and demand line of channel. And it's like X, A, B, C, C to D wave. I think $400 is your take profit. If you're patient. I don't know if you're patient enough, but $400. Yeah, Bitcoin's so strong, man. I mean, like 1099. I can't believe, like, just sitting here with the markets closed. Well, the futures, U.S. futures are still open for another 10 minutes and change. And yeah, looking real good. Everything's just looking great. All right. I guess I'll just leave you to it with Bitcoin poised for glory. I don't know. We just got run out of things to talk about. We've looked across the markets and chat's kind of dead again. So when chat dies, stream dies. So thank you for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything between. If you want to support this channel the most optimum way, it's joining the Patreon, patreon.com/MitchRayTA. It's pinned in the chat above. Trade setups, education, access to my charts daily, and you know, serious traders, like seasoned traders in this market. So but above all, you're supporting someone who's never accepted a dime from anyone to promote to you. No affiliate marketing links. I've never monetized on YouTube any of these live streams. Every time I go live or schedule a stream, I have to manually turn off monetization. Okay, it asks me and I say no monetization. So if you watch me a long time, it's like, how many hours of your life have I saved you watching ads? If you want to watch me, a lot. So that's why you would join the Patreon. So thanks for coming out. Hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Let's pay homage to the best country that's ever existed on the planet. Until next time, respect the TA.
started out on Bitcoin. Let's go further into
technology.
Yes or no, this is your last chance. Don't beat around the bush.
My name is JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I have some evidence Van Bear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.